If you want to improve battery life on OPPO Reno 15, then first of all we can open settings on our phone and then we can search for the battery option. Now once we open battery, then in here we have a couple of things that we can mention to improve the battery life. Of course, one of the basic things that we can do is use power saving mode, which allows you to extend the battery life before you can charge your phone again. This does not mean that you should use the power saving mode all the time, but only in situations where you just need to get the battery to last a little bit longer before you can charge it again. Besides that, if you choose the power saving mode, then you can tap on custom and you can see all the changes that are done, everything that is enabled or disabled. Also, you can find some additional options that you might want to consider enabling in order to extend the battery life even more. Besides that, if you scroll down in battery settings, you can find power saving settings. So you can, for example, you can make the power saving mode to be automatic. So you can turn on or turn off at a selected percentage, and it is also worth checking out. Besides that, we have some additional things that you can make sure that they are enabled, like sleep standby optimization, video battery saver, which you can turn on over here, and we can also go to app battery management in order to manage how apps are running in the background, if they can, for example, have restricted background activity or not. Of course, restricted background activity reduces the usage of the app while it is running in the background, so some of the things might stop working in certain apps, so you have to consider that. Whereas in other cases, you might want to just simply restrict the access of the app so that it doesn't run all the time and it drains the battery while it is in the background. Besides that, we can go to battery health in order to choose the overcharging protection. You can use either smart charging or custom charging limit. In the case of smart charging, you allow the phone to learn how you charge your phone, how long you charge, when you charge, and when you unplug the power adapter. So based on that information, after some time, the phone can start limiting the charging to 80%, and then when the phone recognizes that you are about to unplug the charger, the battery can start charging again from 80% to 100%. So when you are about to unplug the charger, the phone can still be charged back to 100%. And the custom charging limit allows you to just simply set a hard limit, like a cap, to the battery percentage. So this can be set to 80, 85, 90%, and so on and so forth. And this percentage never goes above. And the reason why it is often limited to 80%, for example, is because of the way how batteries are built and the way how we can optimize it. So generally speaking, if you charge your battery only to 80%, this in theory allows you to keep the battery in a healthy state and keep the maximum capacity for as long as possible. And if you are wondering when you should start charging your phone, then the answer is approximately 20 seconds. So the ideal percentage for the battery is between 20 and 80%. You start charging at 20 and you stop at 80%. There's also the resume charging at 95%, which is recommended to use if you don't want to use these 80% limits. This allows you to charge the phone to 100% normally without any issues. However, once the phone is charged to 100%, the power adapter stops working. And when the battery drops to 95% while the charger is still connected, then the charger can once again start charging from 95% to 100%. So you should consider using at least this option, which I believe is actually enabled by default. Also, if we go to charging settings, then over here you can find smart rapid charging, which is the fast charging option. Now, I know that some people believe that fast charging simply increases the battery usage, so the battery will get worse faster with this option being enabled. However, if you don't really believe it, if you just prefer to have faster charging speed, then of course you can just keep using that option. It's up to you what you decide to use. Now, besides some battery settings, what is also worth mentioning is that many different display settings also have an impact on the battery life. So for example, you can get more battery time if you use dark mode, if you use automatic brightness, if you use smaller screen resolution and lower refresh rate, and so on and so forth. So you can consider changing some of the display settings in here in order to try to get more battery on a single charge. Also, if you go to the home screen, lock screen and style, in here we can also find, let's say, the always on the display option, which also drains the battery quite a bit. If you use some third-party apps that are running in the background all the time, then of course they drain the battery as well, like for example animated wallpapers and maybe some other stuff. But I think like video wallpapers are the most popular options. So you might consider switching to like a normal static wallpaper instead if you want to simply get more battery. Also, if we go to location and choose Wi-Fi and Bluetooth scanning, I can recommend you disabling these two options because they don't have to be enabled all the time and they can actually save the battery quite a bit. And whenever the phone needs to use these options, then you will be informed about it and the phone can turn it on. So you can use these features at least temporarily. Now, of course, if we talk about some of these options, like for example the location settings that I just had shown you, or some display settings, individually they don't make that much of a difference, but collectively they can actually give you additional couple of hours even. So this is something that you should consider using, switching off, switching on, depending what it is. And also some of the things that another thing that I have to mention actually is the usage of certain standard features that are pretty much always enabled on our smartphones. That is the Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, location, NFC, and so on and so forth. So of course, these features are quite basic and you usually use them day to day. And it's not like you should avoid using them, but what I mean by these things, what I want to say actually is that if you are not using, for example, Bluetooth at a given moment, there is no way to keep it enabled, so you can turn it off. The same can be said about location. If you don't really want to track your location all the time, if you don't use any apps that require you to use location, you can consider turning it off and it can actually save the battery quite a bit as well. If you are outside of your home and you don't have access to Wi-Fi, you can just simply turn off Wi-Fi and that saves the battery quite a bit. And I know these things can be really simple and maybe they don't make, or you might think they don't make that much of a difference, but actually if you just start calculating the time that you get out of your battery with these options enabled or disabled, and then you can actually spot a little bit of a difference. So if we implement all these different changes on our phone, then you can definitely get a better battery life on your phone, and you can potentially slow down the battery aging process. So that's pretty much it. Leave a like and subscribe.